Did Michelle Obama really just say that the Democratic Party does not need to cheat to get ahead or change the rules so they could win? In yesterday's speech at the Democratic National Convention, Michelle Obama was giving a speech describing the values of not only the Democratic Party, but Kamala Harris herself, trying to give a contrast of them and the Republican Party. Now, in this speech, she actually said that the Democrats don't have to cheat or change the rules so that they could win. And obviously that sounded a little bit strange to me. So I had to go do some fact checking. As early as this year, both Democrats and Republicans decided to change the first debate to before the conventions. And then, just so RFK Jr. couldn't gain a spot because he met all the polling and constitutional requirements, they changed the rules again to make it so that you had to be able to prove that you're on the ballot and can win 270 electoral votes. There has quite literally never been a debate that happened before a convention, ever. And both Jill Stein and RFK Jr. were in the middle and are in the middle of suing multiple states because the Democrats are trying to keep them off the ballots. So they couldn't prove that they could make 270 electoral votes and therefore couldn't make the debate stages. Or there's that time in 2020 where Tulsi Gabbard was one of only 3 Democratic primary candidates left, earned a spot on the debate stage, and then the Democratic National Committee changed the rules at the last minute without really giving a reason as to why. But everybody paying attention at that time knows that Tulsi had legitimate criticisms of both Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, and they didn't want those criticisms being aired out with just 3 candidates on stage for the entire country to see. And then there is the infamous 2016 Democratic primary election, where there was cheating so egregious by the Democratic Party. Tulsi Gabbard dropped from her vice chairmanship for the party to endorse Bernie because of how bad it was. And then the entire party, after denying cheating, eventually had to admit that they were cheating and do a damn unity tour with Bernie Sanders in order to try to win his voters back. And in 2016, they didn't necessarily change the rules in order to cheat, but they damn sure went into court during the DNC fraud lawsuit and argued, we don't gotta change the rules because we don't have to follow the rules. And we can cheat whoever the hell we want to, whenever we damn well want to, because it's our party and y'all can't do anything about it. We can even go back as far as the 1944 coup against the vice president of FDR, Henry Wallace, where the Democratic Party decided to literally rig the Democratic National Convention in the middle of the night and replace the current VP with none other than Henry S. Truman. And we all know what the hell happened after that. Literally every problem we have in the US can damn near be traced back to that one decision. A decision made, by the way, by the Democrats and upheld by the Democrats. Hell, we can literally fast forward back to 2023 where the Democrats literally changed the rules so that no one could win New Hampshire except for Joe Biden, or really nobody, because they didn't want Joe Biden to actually have to compete in a primary and be vulnerable. Hell, New Hampshire's primary was considered meaningless by their attorney general. And many New Hampshire legislators said that the way that the Democrats handled the New Hampshire primary and the Democratic primary in general violated their constitution. Now, that was part of a larger effort by the DNC Rules Making Committee to move Iowa's caucus from being the first election of the Democratic primary. So New Hampshire got punished and Iowa got punished. And if you had the audacity to try to run and win delegates in those states, they would have taken them from you as a candidate and punished you too. But the insane amount of irony it takes, guys, to make this statement about the values of the Democratic Party, but to specifically say that Kamala Harris doesn't have the luxury of falling or failing up and cheating and changing the rules. The same Kamala Harris, ladies and gentlemen, who lost last election, somehow failed up to the vice presidency, okay? Then Joe Biden ran a primary for her. She didn't win a single vote in that primary, and now she's about to be the Democratic nominee with a chance to sit in the Oval Office again. That's not ironic. Kamala Harris is quite literally the worst example you could use to describe those values. It's the gaslighting for me, bro. It's the constant gaslighting for me. It never ends.